Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Listen up, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are talking about the one, the only Turbo. When you see this video will probably be out 30 minutes later because I am actually recording it roughly around 7:30 or something like that. So, you guys get fresh information. You know what I'm saying? Listen, ladies and gentlemen, not too much news. There was this over here the other day. Pretty much what it talks about is how, meme coins can go from roughly zero value, but because of the technology we have nowadays and the partnerships available, we can actually start, bringing real value to meme coins. And that's exactly what Turbo has been doing over the last few months, diving into different narratives, being with Chainlink and Near Protocol, all these little partnerships, all these little deals, all these collaborations over the last few months, absolutely huge for this token. We are almost at 110,000 followers. So, I do like to see that, which means we are growing. There is the big event tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know, there is a big summit event, and we will be using, certain hashtags for Turbo. We'll be using this $ Turbo on Twitter. So make sure you participate, right? Very huge event. The community is looking to gather together. I myself will be tweeting a good amount, reposting a good amount, and liking the comments. You don't always have to necessarily post or, comment or anything like that, but it is important for you to at least at least show a little bit of support to other people that are representing Turbo. Just like their tweet, it puts it out more in the algorithm, which puts Turbo more out, which makes us grow as a community. When we dive into the technical analysis, we can see it is fairly weak. We do have the classic reversal sign. However, it is not looking the absolute strongest. However, based off data and everything I have seen over the last week or so, from my own research, from what I know with crypto, we should be having pumps generally in the next couple of days to few short weeks. In terms of technical analysis, it does not look the prettiest right now, because if we go to the 4-hour chart, right, we can see that we've been here pretty much since the beginning of Tuesday, and we're now in the beginning of Thursday, and we are kind of rejecting off of this zone, which was the final support, but now it's turning into resistance. So we really need to flip this. We really need to flip this, because if we don't, then we will continue going to the downside. Okay, it is very simple, right? We reject off this means we respect this support turning into resistance because we're below it now, and we will continue a little bit lower. Okay, now obviously when we do have a big pump, whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's altcoin dominance, whether it's whatever it is, right? If we do have a big pump, we'll smash right through it. We'll smash right through it. I've seen it before, and I'll see it again many times in my life where a resistance or support gets overtaken, right? It's not uncommon, but other than that, we are kind of in dangerous levels. Even if we did recover to, let's just say, 0.0034 or 35, right? That doesn't necessarily mean we are in a clear just yet. We'd have to create literally something like this type of pattern on what you see on the screen, or go somewhere like this, right? So it doesn't have to be exactly identical, but it would have to start creating higher lows before it creates a higher high. Okay. Now we could have that scenario, or we could have scenario number 2, where we kind of just go and create a higher high right away, which also works, right? High up here, higher low, and then we continue going forward, right? So this is what we would have to see. If we see this option, something like this, we go like this, and then we go maybe like down here like this, then that's still a staircase downwards, right? We are still going downwards. So that is not ideal because, like I said, you are creating lower highs at this point, right? You got a lower high than here. And of course, at that point, also creating lower lows, lower than this. So it's a trend downwards, okay? Now, there is one more scenario, right? I don't want to go too crazy with it, but technically we could always go something like this, where we go like this, fail to create another higher high, and then we drop like this. So, a couple possibilities, but there are important key factors, right? The main ones is either to create a higher low or a higher high, at least in one of the scenarios, to give us a good chance. And then obviously context matters. How's Bitcoin doing? How's Ethereum doing? How is every other coin doing? Ethereum and Bitcoin are pretty much the head for us. We are, every crypto is under the Bitcoin chain. But we, as an actual chain, we are under the Ethereum chain. And Ethereum has been one of the worst performing big tokens out there. I've was comparing prices. Solana was smashing it. XRP and of course Cardano smashing it. We have even Avalanche doing decent. We have all these other coins, and Ethereum is kind of struggling from the top 10. Not really good. Even BNB is outperforming Ethereum, which is kind of sad in my opinion. So Ethereum has been dookie. Ethereum has been terrible, and it is why Turbo is also suffering, in price. However, when Ethereum does recover, and when Ethereum will do well, because I believe no matter what, it will do well because there's too much money for it not to do well. Just the amount of whales in it, the amount of money, the amount of volume each day is absolutely crazy. All right, so I believe Ethereum will have its time to shine, even though it is delayed. It just means greater pumps for Turbo, okay? Now, we will dive into some other data in a second, but if you haven't heard, I will say this. Worst case scenario where I think Turbo should end up, the absolute worst is over a cent, and not a realistic worst case possibility, but a more probable worst case possibility, because I think Turbo at the minimum is going to do pretty damn well this cycle, regardless of how we have been the last 2 months, right? We're gonna remember the whole market is in shambles, so it's not a Turbo issue. I think we'll hit 2 cents. I really do believe at any point that you bought, right, at any point you should be able to recover your money this cycle and make a little bit more, worst case scenario. But we will see, and we will continue to monitor price. When we go to something like coin market cap, we go to the Turbo section, well, not Turbo section, but the Turbo meme coin, we can see we actually have fallen out of rank pretty hard, right? We're at 224. We were almost at 180. We were almost pushing that 170 area too. Market cap's still chilling roughly below 200 million. Volume is a little bit lower, but that is okay because we have been consolidating. Nothing too crazy. When we go over here, we can see, ladies and gentlemen, that we are actually still growing in holders. In fact, we spiked pretty well from Tuesday to Wednesday, going up about 30 people, which is good in the context of everything being red. Okay, you have to realize that's pretty good in the context of it being red. So Turbo has hit 53,000 holders, which is what we love to see. Really excited. I know people are getting a little bit upset and stuff because of the price. At the end of the day, I can't control it. If it was up to me, I would make sure all of us are retired for life, but that is not how it works, unfortunately. But that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.